Welcome to all you DeVilbiss Tigers. Glad to see you. This is the reunion of 1954 and 55 classes, and if you're looking for a Central Catholic reunion or a Libby Cowboy reunion, you're in the wrong place. This is DeVilbiss. Happy to have all of you here. Welcome to all you from DeVilbiss. I know it's not that easy to get out anymore and get on your way, but glad that you took the time and effort to join us today. This reunion, a joint reunion, was Roger's idea. He's the guy that's done all of the work for this event today, so he deserves a hand.
That's for you, Roger.
And then another thank you to Navarre Perry, who's going to act as master of ceremonies if we can ever get this thing off the ground. I want to remind all of you that there's no charge at Roger's insistence and request, no charge for today's event. But it isn't cheap. It isn't without cost. And so we got to cover some costs. So there's some donation and chipping in baskets around. So if you would be so kind and generous as to offer something to try to offset some of the expenses, why, that would be much appreciated. I'm from 54. I'm Dick Ketteman. I've talked to a lot of you. Some of I haven't talked to yet, but we welcome all of you here. And it's great to see everybody here, and we're all upright and taking nourishment, so that's a good also. I have many friends from the class of 55, probably as many. I knew as many people from the class of 55 as I did from 54, and part of the reason was my wife, Marie Durrell, was in the 55 class, so I got to know a lot of folks through her as well. I want to remind you that, I've talked to a few people already about it, but we have a monthly breakfast that 54 and 55 people attend the fourth Tuesday of every month at Rick's Diner on Monroe Street. So if any of you who are in town want to come and join us, it's just come as you can. It's not anything, there's a different cast of characters every time. We don't have many. We have maybe 8 to 10. They're characters. All of them are characters.
What day?
Fourth Tuesday of every month. 9:30 at Rick's Diner. And if any of you want to be included, give me your email address and I'll add you to the mailing list for a reminder. So do that today, and I'll add you and be included from then on. It's really hard to believe that it's been 70 and 71 years ago that we, in each individual class, walked across that stage at the Colony Theater to grab our diploma after 4 years at DeVilbiss. We started in as greenhorns and innocent and unknowing freshmen, and a lot of pranks were played on us. We learned through the 4 years, and we took our diploma when we got off that stage, and we were ready to tackle the world. But we were a part of the golden age of DeVilbiss. Every class in the 50s was something special. We had a lot of energy, a lot of involvement, a lot of school spirit, and we had a great faculty that gave us the opportunity to learn. Whether we took advantage of that or not, in some cases I don't think we did. I know I didn't, and I don't think we came to appreciate them as much as we should have, that the opportunity that they provided us during those years. Another thing is that we're survivors. I don't know if you know it or not, and I looked this up, But people in the 88 to 89-year-old age group, we're about, in the population of the United States, we're about 1% of the population. I thought it'd be more than that, but so we're unique. We're at the top of the bundle, you know. But if we step back in time, we were born during the Depression. We didn't know it at that time, but our parents were strapped. They were living from week to week on paychecks. They were lucky if they had jobs. They looked out for us. They never let us know that things were tight, and we got pretty much what we needed and required through those years up until the 40s. Then we had the World War II. I remember when Pearl Harbor was attacked, and I wondered, where the hell is Pearl Harbor, and what does war mean? I didn't have any idea, 5.5 years old. So there's not many people left that remember and have experience of what the warriors were like. We had gasoline rationing, we had food stamps, and jobs and income were awfully sparse and income awfully low. But our parents sacrificed for it, for us, and we're better off for it in the years that we've lived in the meantime. In 1954-55, movie tickets were 70 cents. Gasoline, 25 cents a gallon. Bread was 18 cents a loaf. Milk, 92 cents a gallon. Eggs, 59 cents a dozen. A hamburger was 12 cents. An average size home was about $18,000 to $20,000. 3-bedroom with a basement and a 2-car garage. $20,000. Can you believe that? Yeah. A new Ford, $1,600 to $2,000. The average income was $4,000 a year. Dow Jones average was 390. I think we're about 46,000 these days, something like that. Inflation rate was 0.35%, and a postage stamp was 3 cents. First class. Some popular songs were Little Things Mean a Lot. Who sang that? Anybody have an idea? Kitty Callan, ring a bell? 3 Coins in a Fountain. Oh, yeah. 4 Aces sang that. Others did too, but these were the ones that were most popular. Shaboom. Yeah. Remember the Shaboom, the Crew Cuts? In 55, The Yellow Rose of Texas by Mitch Miller. Yeah. Rock Around the Clock, Bill Haley and the Comets. Yeah, yeah. Autumn Leaves, Roger Williams. I know you remember this, but I'm just trying to jog your memory and make sure you are still aware of it. Female singers, Doris Day, Patti Page, Rosemary Clooney, Dinah Shore, Lena Horne, Kay Starr, Ella Fitzgerald, and there were many more too. Male singers were Pat Boone. How many of you gals swooned over Pat Boone? Or Dean Martin, for that matter. Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Johnny Mathis, and Perry Como were some that I can remember, and I'm sure you can remember others. Big bands. Who were the big bands of that era? Glenn Miller, right. Benny Goodman, Tommy Dorsey, Les Brown. And I know you remember going out to the Centennial Terrace and dancing to some of these bands. I remember a personal experience with Tommy Dorsey. He was in Toledo for a one-night stand at Centennial, and he and Mamie Van Goren got married in Toledo that day, and he was out at the Centennial Terrace that night. We were dancing on the huge dance floor. It was packed, and Mamie Van Doren and Tommy Dorsey were doing a little dancing themselves, so I tried to work my way over toward them. And I brushed my sleeve against Mamie Van Doren, and I told my wife, I'll never wash this shirt again.
still got it?
No, I threw it away 2 years ago. Movies of the 50s. Who remembers Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart? White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando. 1955, East of Eden. With who? James Dean, correct. And it's on TV, old movies every so often. You're right. Marty with who? Ernest Borgnine. He won an Academy Award for that role. Mr. Roberts, Henry Fonda, and James Cagney.
We're looking at those all the time now.
And where did we see these movies? We saw them maybe at the Colony Theater. And maybe we went downtown to the Paramount, or the Valentine, or the Esquire, or the Princess Theaters, which were all in business at that time, and they were doing well. How many of you remember going downtown with your parents to the 3L's department stores? Lamson's, LaSalle's, Lion Store, right. And remember the window displays of LaSalle's at Christmas time, walking down the street, looking at those. And how about the Lion Store, sitting at the Lions? How many of you sat on one of those Lions? And there was Tidke's on Summit Street. And can you remember going in there and getting all of those food aromas? My God, it was something else. And how about walking by Morrow's Nut House on Adams Street? And you couldn't go by without buying at least a small package of peanuts. And I imagine some of you remember stopping at Grace Smith's cafeteria after all that shopping. You were hungry, and I could never afford it to go in by myself. It was always with my parents. I never went otherwise. And how about cruising the White Hut parking lot on Sylvania Avenue after maybe a drive-in movie, or maybe under Friday Night Lights at Page Stadium? Or parking at Walden's Pond in Ottawa Park and watching the submarines come in. How many of you tried that once in a while? I never did, but And how about those feature movies we used to see in the auditorium at DeVilbiss? And we'd have Ace Riddick come up to the balcony and quiet everybody down who was up there so that the rest of the place could hear the movie. And we had dances at the Women's Club on Cherry Street, Con Weisenberger American Legion, Trilby Log Cabin. And who can forget taking the train to New York City on the senior trip? And didn't that generate some stories, that trip? I'm going to hold it there because I know that I don't want to get too long, but those are some of my favorite remembrances, and I'm sure you each have your own of things that happened during those years. And we're fortunate that we can still be here to enjoy them in memory and to gather today at this joint reunion, and everybody have a good time. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and go DeVilbiss. Go Tigers!